guys, I decided that I'm going to film today because I need to. It's been maybe a week that I haven't filmed, and I need to get back into it because I've just been busy focusing on working out, eating right, going to work, and then I'm just like super tired. So I am going to get my oil changed, probably get some leggings because I've been sweating a lot during my workouts, which is great, but it makes me slip off of the reformer, and I was like, I need to get some leggings because I only have one. I have like a lot of workout gear, but I only have one pair of leggings because everything else I got everything else I got was shorts. So I need some leggings so that I don't slip each time. And yeah, I'm going to do that and maybe edit a little bit of what I've already filmed. But join me, and it'll probably be a very chit-chatty video if you guys don't mind. You guys know what you guys signed up for. So also, before I go, this is the outfit. This is the thrifted purse that I bought on Etsy. This is a Doan top that I literally had to like fight to get because they didn't have a small anymore. And they didn't have a medium either. So I got a large, and it's a little big on me. So I do have to tailor it, but it will work for now. These, I don't remember where I got, but they're like the Bottega Veneta earring dupes. And this is the Antique Market. Rings are from my mom, and the skirt is a Calvin Klein skirt that I thrifted. Yeah. Hi you guys, as you can tell, I am back home. I am also wearing what I bought from Lululemon. Let me show you guys a better look. So I bought this because I like color. I like color. But I'm gonna go eat my food. I'm gonna eat lunch. So yeah, that is what I bought today. Was it pricey? Yes, but I needed it because I just haven't. I don't have leggings. I don't have too many leggings. But I am going to eat my lunch and probably edit a little bit, maybe even film, just so that I have some collections of videos that I can take from. And yeah, that's my call. The microwave is calling my name. I'm going to munch and maybe do a little mini haul over the past month or so, or maybe a favorites, I don't know, but we'll figure it out together.
So much.
Absolutely.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you. Woo. So,
I'm so excited. I got a package. It's from Fluff, and they're not, kind of like a niche brand that no one really talks about, but I think their packaging is just like really good, and it's a pretty simple thing. And I have a knife. Fun fact, I actually sliced my knee with this knife once because I was opening another package and I couldn't open it right. But yeah, I was just lounging around, kind of falling asleep. Actually, I was watching H3 podcasts, and oh, that's so cute. They included stickers. So cute. I'm probably gonna put this all over like a notebook or my journal. Like the cutest little stickers ever. Don't look at my nails. Literally all my nails are like super long and I have no paint on them, but so inside the box, I know what it is, but I'm just like so happy. They packaged this really well. I'm gonna definitely save this because I don't like throwing away packaging. This has the refill in it. I was simple and I just got, because all the colors sold out so quickly because they only do a few releases because they don't want to like waste product. I understand that. The lip oil, I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, it's the lip oil refill, and I'm guessing this is where the compact comes in. I think it's just so cool. It's made out of zamac, a mix of metal alloys, zinc, aluminum, magnesium, and copper. They are intimate to hold, with their shape and weight being designed off a cloud and the feeling of a grounding stone. That is why I ordered it, because it looks so cute. And you know, like aquafurs, it's like it's a good thing, but like sometimes the tube is just not fun for me, and this was a lot more fun. It's just real compact. They also have a bronzer that I don't really wear bronzer that much. I also look like a sickly child, but ignore that. I don't really wear bronzer that much, so I will definitely have to wait until they release the blush again and then get one. Do you see that? It is so cute. Of course, this is covering it. That is the cutest thing. You can see yourself, kinda. Look. Say hello. Yeah, this is basically the compact. And you open it. That is the top, and this is where you put the refill. And so it's like a magnet that attaches to the thing. They literally made this so simple for me. I just took it off of the little packet that it came in. Boom, yeah. Booyah. I know some girls they do it like that. Sometimes I might even do that and like put it on my lids or lips so it's like extra glowy. But just so nice. And they have like a little thingy majiggy that you can take out, and once it like, it's just so like environmental friendly, you know, like it's just really cool. I want to talk more about it. Yeah, that's what I was saying. You can also sweep across the eyelids for a natural eyeshadow into a glossy look. Dab across the cheekbones to provide a dewy highlighter effect. Hold the brows with it. It's just so cool. It's from Australia, and literally it just helps reduce like plastic, because Aquaphor is great, but it comes in this plastic tube and it's just not fun. Whereas in this, you can recycle a lot easier because you could just buy the refill instead of a whole nother thing. But you could buy another thing too if you want multiples, but I just think it's so cool because like not only is it very beautiful, packaging is amazing, but you could just like pop it in your purse, pop it in a little bag, pop it in your like, it'll fit in like a pants pocket. Again, please restock it because you guys ran out so quickly, but that is what I'm gonna be doing. And it's really cool because you're gonna also see, you can use it like a mirror. Just so good. Like, who needs a compact when you have Fluff? Yeah, just excited about that. I literally bolted to my mailbox because I got a notification from my phone that while I was scrolling on TikTok and just lounging, kind of rotting away as I did today, which I allowed myself to do. We also made, not on the terms of Fluff, a whole different conversation. Your girl also made a very big purchase today. My first ever name brand like bag, like a very name brand bag. I did have a Sandro purse. I still have it. I usually use it when I go to coffee shop because it's such a big purse, so it fits my laptop and it fits like a million other things in it, but it's also too big of a purse to like carry around everywhere with me, so I only use it when I go to the coffee shop and nowhere else. Like I can't go anywhere else because it's so goddamn heavy. And my other purse, my brown one that I wear a lot, the strap and the handle inside, it doesn't lock, so a lot of shit falls out of my purse and I end up losing the contents in my bag a lot. Whenever I like turn in my car or something, because it doesn't lock properly. So that is what I'm trying to do. That is what I'm trying to convey. That I got a new bag, and it's a name brand bag. It's secondhand though, because your girl, she loves supporting secondhand items and retailers. And I've been eyeing my eyes on that. Me and my mom literally went to San Marcos outlets. We went to the outlets like yesterday, and I went through all the retail stores, all the shops, and the bags that caught my eye were either too small, they couldn't fit a book, and that is something that I need for a day-to-day bag. I need it to fit a book, at least one book. But if it's like really pretty, then of course I'm gonna carry the book and just like carry the bag. But I prefer my bag to be able to carry a book. And none of the bags that I liked were able to fit. I went to Coach, I went to Gucci, I went to, not that I could afford Gucci, just to play around to see, but I wanted to go and just see. And Marc Jacobs had really beautiful bags, but they were a little too small for me, or if they were bigger, it looked like a tote bag, like a big tote bag, and that's not wrong. Like, I know a lot of people, it is good and it like suits them, but it just doesn't suit me because I'm so short and I'm so small. And that's not me trying to be like, pick me. Like, I literally am the short, like, I wish I was tall. Tall girls are so fucking pretty. Y'all are literally like models. Y'all are towering over me, and I wish I was y'all. But no, I'm short and small, and those bags look ridiculous on me. I do have one very big Kos black bag, and like that is funny on me, but it's like kind of suits me. Like, it is a very huge bag, but it kind of suits me. It's like a more uniform version of a tote bag. So, but those like leather tote bags that are kind of like it's like square vibes. It's just very square on me, and it's just like a big block of square right next to me. And I like playing with shapes and styles when it comes to fashion and clothes, but it just doesn't suit me. So I found this bag and I bought it because I asked. I was in between like so many bags. There was a secondhand Balenciaga bag, a secondhand Miu Miu bag, and a secondhand Prada bag. I feel like my personality, I just suit Miu Miu more, but Miu Miu, the bag literally sold so quickly that I was like, I guess, I even asked like my followers on Instagram, like my close friends, girls, help me, because I have no idea. I'm in between these, and everyone had the same common answer, which was that number one bag, the Prada bag. So I got the Prada bag. Okay, but since I got you here, yes, I put on earrings and a, what's it called? A necklace. Oh my gosh. I'm all over the place. Since I got you here, this top is very, very big on me, so I'm gonna be adjusting a lot, but I was just such a huge fan. And Doan, you need to restock some of your old pieces. Like, I've been trying to find that birdie dress everywhere and I can't. I really want that birdie dress, so please restock your stuff. I love you. Anywho, yesterday also, after going to San Marcos, we went out to eat, and my mom wanted to stop in at a Ross, and I wanted to stop in at a bookshop, and I got these books. I got these two books because I couldn't find them like online for cheaper than they were already. Satterley's Lover. I haven't read this book. I've heard wonders. I have read Sons and Lovers by D.H. Lawrence, but I really, really want to read it. And the top kind of matches my top, which is really interesting, and I was like, this must be a sign. Also, Vintage Classics, like the actual like publishing company, they have their covers like done. Like, no one can compare to them. I will always look up Vintage Classics, like different covers, because they know what they're doing. A little risque, and it was banned for indecency, so we love naughty, nasty stories. The second book is, of course, Franz Kafka. I haven't read Letters to Melina, and I really want to, so. And I'm ready to just swoon over Kafka, like I don't already swoon. Books that I've received from my job, or picked up ARCs, or I got it at half price. This book. I am excited. This is an uncorrected proof. Of course, this is not for sale. This is an ARC. But I'm excited to read this, even though I have read Sally Rooney before, and I am just not a big fan of her. I know a lot of people who also feel the same way about her. I'm trying to give her a fair shot, but man, I hated normal people. I hated conversations with friends. And I'm just really trying because I don't know. I really feel bad. I guess that's also why I don't ever take my, like, if you guys like follow me on Goodreads or whatever, don't take them seriously, because some days I will feel so bad that I'll like, yeah, the story was really like a 1 star, but I'm gonna give you like 3 because you like tried. Unless I really hated it. Like I really hated it. But this was an arc and I picked it up really quick because everyone was really excited about this, and I was like, I'm gonna try again and see. It is chess related, so maybe it'll be a little more interesting. I just hated normal people. Cancel me. I hated normal people. I did not like it. I think both characters were so fucking annoying and she really didn't have like any clue. Okay, I'm not gonna get on. This is one. I'm going to try to read it through and through, and hopefully I will enjoy it. The book I'm currently reading that I picked up within this other stack that I'm almost finished with is The Glass Castle by Jeanette Walls. Oh my god, this book is like actually batshit crazy, but I love how Jeanette just like writes about her family from like a very loving and compassionate way, but also very like realistic. She portrays, because it's basically like a very impoverished family dealing with an alcoholic dad and what it comes to alcoholics, which I found like I related to a lot. Reflects on those memories as a child growing up to be a teenager and the very vulnerable, intimate moments that she has shared with her family, her mother, her dad, in like both like loving and very disturbing ways. So it just very real. The book that I picked up at half price is this one. I gotta be fair, my coworker told me to read this one because me and her talked about how like, because she is black, and I feel like I relate to a lot of, like I enjoy a lot of stories from POC writers, but there's not a lot of Vietnamese writers, and there's not a lot of like too many Asian writers. Right now, of course, there is like an all-time high, which I love and it's amazing. But for like Vietnamese people, I think it's like the best I know is Viet Tăng Nguyen and Ocean Vuong. And those are the only 2 that I know like for sure are Vietnamese and are like kind of mainstream, sort of. Sorry, I just took up the sticker. But this is not written by a Vietnamese woman, it's written by a Chinese woman, I'm pretty sure, Chinese American, and it is The Woman Warrior. My coworker recommended me this and I saw it at half price and I had to pick it up. Basically just her account of growing up as a woman in California, as a Chinese American woman in California. And I feel like even though I didn't grow up in California and I'm not Chinese American, the Asian American experience is very similar in that way. So I'm excited to read this. I did read like Crying in H Mart. I haven't read Pachinko. I'm trying to think of other. I've read a lot of Asian writers, but I want to read more closely related to like Vietnamese writers. Maybe I'll be one. But yeah, that's why I was like, I'm gonna just do this because she said, here's a book that I thought of that you should read. This is a pamphlet. It was only 50 cents, and I don't want to be the person who's like, oh yeah, I've read it, and like lied about it. I actually want to like read what Marx and Engels talks about. I also need to read The Capital. I haven't read any of Marx's stuff, so I'm trying to do that. Cities by Italo Calvino. I have read another Italo Calvino book, but what was it called? Oh my gosh, I don't remember what it was called. It was really interesting because it kind of like broke the fourth wall, and I thought it was a really, I keep on saying interesting in all my videos, so I'm trying to like think clearly about that, and if I pause, that is why. It was a very different way of writing that I was not exposed to, and I thought it was just fabulous. Another one of his, and it's Difficult Loves. That is something. Out of the stack, I have read these actually, but I wanted to also share them anyway because, even though I read them, I wanted to rave about them. The Beauty of Everyday Things. I got this I bought this online at Better World Books, I'm pretty sure. If you guys want cheap books, you guys wonder how the hell is she able to afford all the books that she has, buy them secondhand. He writes about this. He talks about like there is new ideas and that's great, but a lot of the new ideas sacrifice functionality. Things back then still last up to now because these workers don't necessarily think so hard about like how it's going to be perceived. How you innovate new things by understanding why old things are so special. Old designs are so special. To learn from them. This book. Did I want to pull my hair out sometimes? Yes. As you can tell, I did understand it, but it took me a couple tries to reread the page that I just read. Like it was telling. I think I spent like maybe a week on this because though I finished it, I wanted to reread it again just to make sure, and it was really, really telling, and I can understand why it is a foundation in philosophy and just a lot of artistic works. The best I can describe this book in summary, like in simple term, like in my simple mind, in my simple words, if I were to walk, like I said this with my coworker, if I were to walk just like next to her, she is a white woman, she's a white older woman. If I were to like not know anything about her, not work with her, I've never seen her in my life, and walk just like on the street to the coffee shop, and she passes by me, we pass by each other. In my head, I could easily assume that she is, since she's white and she's a woman and she's older, that she's a Karen, she's bigoted, conservative, such and such. Or I could assume the opposite, like she is the way she's dressed, she looks like a hippie woman, so maybe she's a liberal, she's democratic, she is like for LGBTQ. That could be right as well. Chances are either of those could be right. But my perception of her from the 3 minutes that I passed her as a stranger is not going to be, even if I like know her to the fullest detail, I will never like get to the essence of who she truly is because I judged her by my senses, and my perception of her is flawed because our human judgment is all based on senses. So like space, for example, or time, that like time, everyone says this, time is a man-made concept, everyone knows that, but like it does not depend on us, we depend on it. Like we made these units, we made units so that we can measure that, and we measure it by how? There's no true like meaning of measuring it other than, again, perception. So we measure time by how like old we feel, or how someone grows up, or how a plant grows and dies. Like changes in appearance show like changes in time for us, but that doesn't necessarily mean that that is what time is. I hope that explanation like makes sense. The Door by Magda Szabo. I got this from Thrift Books. The cover was beautiful. I loved it, of course. I'm a sucker for beautiful covers like this. And again, this is vintage classics. Just, it's so good. I can't... I finished this in one setting. I was at Nordstrom Rack with my mother, and she was looking at shoes, and my mom can take hours and hours. That's why I always bring a book when I hang out with her and we go shopping, because sometimes I get bored, my feet hurt, I don't want to shop anymore, I'm kind of overwhelmed. I get my book out of my purse and I read. And I was like reading, and I was like on page, what was it? I was like on 250, and like I'm almost halfway done with the book, and I'm like, wait a minute. And I like, it's like when you're so in the zone, you forget where you are. I like got out of it, and I was like, where's my mom right now? And she's still looking at shoes. And she was like, oh, you finished your book? I was like, I'm about to. It was like maybe 2 hours and something minutes. So good. I want to see a movie. I'm pretty sure there might be a movie. This book is a little older, of course, but I just feel like all the twists and turns, and like there were like really beautiful like quotes that I underlined, of course, and there's so many that I can't share them all, but you just feel this like, it's like very interesting because you feel pity for both of them, but you also admire and love both of them as well as characters. Thus Were Their Faces, Sylvina Ocampo. This is of course a New York Review book, and I will say I am not a big fan of short stories. Unless it's Lori Moore, I feel like or like Otessa Moschweg. I think she's only written one short story book. Oh, and How to Pronounce a Knife by, what was it? Writer, I'm pretty sure. And I loved it. This one, I picked it up because I saw the preface was written by Jorge Luis Borges. George Luis Borges? Don't cancel me. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. And I read Fictionists by him and Labyrinths, and I loved them. Of course, he's a classic writer for a reason. But I saw the preface was written by him, and Italo Calvino has like reviewed her as well, and he had said that no other writer better captures the magic inside everyday rituals, the forbidden or hidden face that our mirrors don't show us. Two amazing classic writers, and they're both male too, appraising a female writer. I was like, and Helen Oyayami wrote the introduction, so it was like all around 5-star like writers, gothic weird vibes, and in like a really positive way. It was as if like Lewis Carroll, who wrote Alice in Wonderland, was a woman and turned everything even like more weird and twisted. This one, Peter Hujar's Day by Linda Rosenkrantz. I wanted to read this because this is a famous photographer, I'm pretty sure, and she taped their conversation. But it's kind of like Peter's like self-portrait. Like, it's gonna kill me. He was friends with David. Were they friends or lovers? Anyway, it was just in the scene where he was a gay man who was an artist as well, and trying to find his way and identity around a bunch of people. Like, that's the best I could describe it. I also read this like a long time ago, like Martin Heidegger's Basic Writings. I enjoyed this as well. It did also take a breath out of me or two, but in a good way. Like, there is a quote that I wanted to share, and I just found it, that I loved, and it kind of sums up everything. What seems easier than to let a thing be just the being that it is? Or does this turn out to be the most difficult of tasks, particularly if such an intention to let a being be as it is represents the opposite of the indifference that simply turns its back upon the being itself in favor of an unexamined concept of being? We ought to turn toward the being, think about it in regards to its being, but by means of this thinking at the same time let it rest upon itself in its very own essence. I feel like this is very similar to when I read Being and Nothingness by Sartre, where like being taught to understand what it means to be a human being and to exist properly without care of what other, it's like it's your responsibility to be what you are, and to be what you are you have to show what you are. You have to put action to what you are doing. Like, what are you doing? Didion and Babbitts. I have read this one. I loved this one. Of course, I love Joan Didion and I love Eve Babbitts. Even though they were two vastly different women, they were both very influential. And they were sort of like crazy in love with each other as friends and grew apart and became like enemies. It was really sad, but I received an email from Fire recommended us to send you an ARC. Can we send you an ARC? And I was like, yeah, I love Joan Didion and I love Eve Babbitts, so I would love that. And I finished this in maybe 2 days because I just loved it. It was just like getting all the like tea. It was like getting all the tea, what happened between my girls. I felt like I was at Chateau Marmont looking at everything going down. But I will say you feel kind of, it is written by the same person who, 𝇢𝆸𝇢𝇢𝇢𝇢𝇢𝇢𝇢 who helped Eve Babbitt's with a lot of her works. So she was a little biased towards Eve Babbitt's, like share multiple, and she also acknowledged in the storyline that her Eve Babbitt's and Joan Didion's friendship did kind of break apart, and that wasn't really Didion's fault, it was more of Babbitt's fault because of the pressure that she had felt and kind of insecurity. The Warmth of Other Suns by Isabel Wilkerson. I have had this on my want to read for a while, and she has read it and she was like, you would love it, and I did love it. Some of it made me really angry, but for like good reason, of course. It is about the Great Migration, but part of the Great Migration that doesn't, like, no, it's not told about in school, which is really frustrating, is how like how black people literally was affected by it and affected the Great Migration, and culture and art and economy. Like they went through so much, and not like, I just don't remember in school, in high school or school ever, like talking about that or focusing on that. It was more very like generalized statement of, oh yeah, like the Great Migration occurred. He's so angry and frustrated, and like that is coming from an Asian American. Like that's like, I can't imagine, I can't. And so I think everyone should read this book. This was also on the New York Review's, I think it was it number 2 of the 21st century book. Isabel Wilkerson did a phenomenal job. She just gave these people like a voice, and I'm so glad that she was able to record years and years of this, because it's really important. And this is why I think, like, of course I love reading classics and I love reading fun girly pop shocker things, but then this is also like another reason why I love reading, because like I was ignorant before reading this. Like I didn't know too much about the Great Migration, and of course I know like the struggles of impoverished people, minorities, because I was one. Perspective, not saying my experience was anything like anyone in this book, but just really empathizing and listening to them having a voice for them, like they have a voice. It was just really good, and so I definitely added it to my favorites, and I'm so glad that I got to read it, and I want to read more of her books. I know she wrote Cast. I'm ready for that one too, so this is like a high recommendation. It is a very big book, I get it, but you won't even feel like it will go by so quickly. I promise, it will go by so quickly. This is truly a book that everyone needs to read. I can't say that even more. Like, this book is so good. I hope so. Anyway, that should be enough. I'm sorry I missed last week's video. It's more of just like I wanted to spend time with my old friend, and we did have a fun time. And I just realized you can still... I did my laundry, and laundry is every week struggle. It is my myth of Sisyphus. It is my boulder. This is clean. I just haven't put it up. I literally took it out this morning, so don't bully me. And that's all. The one thing that, before I let you go, the one thing that you guys are always gonna know me for is she's gonna be talking about books. She's always gonna be existential, maybe a little bit absurdist, a little bit of crazy, and she's always gonna have some damn fucking laundry that she needs to do. Cause she's a woman. She's a woman. And I hate laundry. I hate doing laundry so much. But I have to deal with it. It is something that I am privileged to deal with. So, bye. Thank you for watching. I love you. And y'all are crazy. I'm at 900 and something 60 subscribers. commented on my last video, if we get to 1,000, maybe we can do a little giveaway. I can do a little giveaway. Comment below what you guys want. Remember that I live in low-income housing, so don't make me broke, but maybe I can buy some secondhand books for you guys. Some of my personal favorites. Of course, I'm not giving my favorites away because those are my books, but if I were to buy a different copy for you guys, I don't mind doing that. Or maybe some beauty stuff. Maybe some, just like, tell me what you want. Tell me, as my amazing friend who subscribed to me, even though we don't know each other that well, what you want, so I can give to you and show you that I appreciate you for being here. But yeah, I need to stop running my mouth because it's 30 minutes now.